Okay, Hare Krishna. Let's get started. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So yesterday we discussed Gajendra Stuti, shloka number 20. Ekantino yasya na kanchanartam vanchanti evai bhagavat prapannaha atyadbhutam tacharitam sumangalam gayanta ananda samudramagnaha. So what did we discuss yesterday? Does anyone remember anything? What we discussed?
Prabhuji, like Lord will give more than what we need, not only material desires and
Yeah.
also spiritual desires he will fulfill. Like in case of Sudama, um, he gave more than what he needs, what Sudama needs. Like Sudama wouldn't like he took only the puffed rice.
Yeah.
So more than what he couldn't give, he gave. He tried to give that. In return, Krishna was thinking that he can give his entire wealth, but he was thinking that he gave little to Sudama. Even then, he gave more what he needed.
Yeah. That is based on the previous shloka, shloka number 19. Yam dharma kamartha vimukti kaman bhajanta ishtam gatimapnuvanti kim chashishoratyapi deham avyayam karotu medha bradayo vimokshanam. Yeah. So what
Hare
else?
Krishna.
Yes.
So yesterday we discussed regarding Katha, Amrit Katha, Amritam. Krishna Katha, Amritam, sorry.
Correct.
And when we talk, it is so much pleasing. It gives so much pleasure when we talk about it. And when we sing, so when we start singing, it is like a bliss of ocean. Sorry, ocean of bliss. So it becomes an ocean. We get so much of pleasure, like we are in a ocean of a bliss. That's how that much nectar is derived out of positive gossip about Krishna or anything about Krishna that gets the pleasure. We also discussed something from Bhagavad Gita relating to this, where Krishna himself said the same thing. And then we talked about Dharma, Artha, Kama. Also, we discussed first for best of Dharma and best Dharma, Artha, Kam. Best of both from Bhayavarta's descriptions.
Yeah. Okay. So based on the previous shloka, 19th shloka, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. What is the best Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha from Vritrasura prayers and Mukundamala shlokas? We understood that the best Kama, the best desire is to get close association with the Lord. close proximity with the Lord. And that is possible when you see the Lord directly or when you go to spiritual world. But we are all practicing devotees. We are in the material world. So how is this possible for us practically? That is by absorbing ourselves in Krishna Katha, by reading Bhagavatam, by studying Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavatam from others, and by sharing Bhagavatam to others. So these are the different ways how we can absorb ourselves in Krishna Katha, and thus we get close proximity with Krishna. Wherever there is Bhagavatam, there is Krishna. Wherever there is Bhagavad Gita, there is Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mama. So this is the last shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya glorifies, saying that wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is opulence, victory, morality, and extraordinary power. And where is that place where Krishna and Arjuna are available together? That is Bhagavad Gita. So wherever there is Bhagavad Gita, there is Krishna. Wherever there is Tulsi Maharani, if you have Tulsi Maharani in your tree, in your home, there is Krishna. If you have a lotus pond and lotus flowers, there is Krishna. If you have Bhagavatam at your home, there is Krishna. So like that, there are, and if you are chanting from Mukundamala Stotra, what did we learn? Antarjyotirameyamekam amritam krishnakhyamapiyatam tatpitam paramaushadam vitanute nirvanamakyantikam. So when you chant Krishna's name, Krishna is coming and dancing directly on the tongue. So these are the different ways how we can get close proximity with Krishna. So since we started discussing about Krishna Katha, how important, how glorious it is, how nectarian Krishna Katha is, let's discuss the glories of Krishna Katha and glories of Bhagavatam. So there is this so there is this beautiful shloka from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam that glorifies Krishna Katha, that glorifies Bhagavatam. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva shashvan manaso mahotsavam tadeva shokarnava shoshanam runam yaduttama shloka yashonugiyate. Tadeva ramyam. This Bhagavatam, this Krishna Katha is ramyam. Ramyam means
Beautiful.
Beautiful, attractive. Yeah. And ruchiram?
Tasty.
Tasty. Yeah. So this ramyam and ruchiram, they go hand in hand. Whatever is attractive, that is tasty. And whatever is tasty, that is attractive as well. You know, if you have a tasty gulab jamun, it is not only tasty, but it is also attractive to the eyes. It is tasty to the tongue and it is attractive to the eyes. So when you drink this Sri Krishna Kathamritam from this book called Bhagavatam, your tongue will get the taste. Your ears will get the taste. And how is ramyam? How it is ramyam? Ramyam means attractive, right? Attractive to the eyes. It is attractive to the ears because you are hearing nectarian katha of Krishna. So it is not only attractive to the ears, but it is also attractive to the eyes. Because you can see Krishna. When you are hearing any Krishna Leela from Bhagavatam, you can see Krishna with your eyes. Those who have eyes to see, they can see. Rupam Drushimatam Akilartalabha. Who said this?
Rukmini.
Rupam Drushimatam Akilartalabha. Those who have the eyes to see, they will see. And it is their best benefit. Akilartha labha. It is their best benefit. Seeing your darshan is their topmost benefit. So we see Krishna through jnana chakshu, through shastra chakshu. We don't see Krishna with our material eyes. The eye that we have is material. So we don't see Krishna with that eye. Rather, we see Krishna with our Shastra Chakshu. In fact, even if Krishna comes in front of us now, we may doubt. We may think that oh, you are some drama artist. You are some drama artist. You just escaped from the drama troupe, and you are pretending to be Krishna. So, but when we develop faith on Krishna, even though Krishna is not there in front of us, we can see Krishna. We can have Krishna's darshan. That is attractive, ramyam. Tadeva ramyam. It is attractive to the ears and also attractive to the eyes. When you hear, you see through the ears. You see through the ears. There is another shloka in Bhagavatam that says, Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit saroje ase shutekshana pato nanunata pumsa yadhyadhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tat vapu pranayase tadanugrahaya. In that shloka, it is mentioned how to see Krishna through the ears. Seeing through the ears. Generally, seeing means it is attached with the eyes, right? But that shloka says, see through the ears.
Flute.
Flute also, yeah. Krishna's flute also. Krishna's flute, is the messenger. Takes message from Krishna, delivers it to everybody in the world, and in return takes message from other people and delivers it to Krishna. So yeah. So there the line used is in that shloka, Ase Shrutekshana Pato. Shruti Ikshana Pata. Shruti means the process of hearing. Ikshana means the process of seeing through the eyes. Pat. Pat means the path. Shrutekshana Pato. The path of seeing through the ears. What is that? Krishna Katha. Shravanam. This process of Shravanam. So Gajendra is saying, what did Gajendra say? Atyadbhutam tat charitam sumangalam gayanta ananda samudra magnaha. Atyadbhutam tat charitam sumangalam Gayanta Ananda Samudra Magnaha. Your Leelas are very, very wonderful, and they are very auspicious. When we hear these Leelas, we will drown in the pools of ecstasy. We will drown in the pools of bliss. Not just a small pool, but in the ocean of bliss. Ananda Sagara. Gayanta Ananda Samudra Magnaha. Gayanta Ananda Samudra Magnaha. Those who are singing glories of Krishna. Those who are speaking the glories of Krishna. Those who are sharing Krishna Katha with others. Okay. Now coming back to this shloka. Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam. Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. So now we understood Ramyam and Ruchiram. Navam Navam. Navam Navam means
New
it is
thing.
New.
new. What is that?
New.
New. Yeah, new. Youthful, new. It's fresh. So the Krishna Leela which happened 5000 years ago, the same Damodar Leela we discuss every year. But still we are not bored. It is the same story, same Damodar Ashtakam, but we are not bored. It appears as if it happened like yesterday only. Very fresh. Why Krishna Katha is so fresh? Why it is so fresh all the time? Why it is so youthful all the time? Because Krishna is youthful all the time. Krishna, after 16 years, 16 or 25 years, after that Krishna will not age. He always looks young. He always looks very young and attractive, youthful. Because the source is young. Anything that is coming from, or anything that speaks about the source is also young. It's youthful. It's fresh. And Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. Shashvat means it is permanent. It gives us eternal happiness. Not just some temporary happiness, but it gives eternal happiness. And Manasa Mahotsavam. It is a festival for the mind. Hearing Krishna Katha is a festival for the mind. So that way we are celebrating festival every day. Every day we are celebrating festival, 8:30 to 10. Not just Janmashtami day, not just Ramanavami day, not just Narsingha Chaturdashi day, not just the New Year, but every day we are celebrating festival. The festival of hearing Krishna Katha. So it's a festival for the mind. Festival for the mind. So remember in the Mukundamala Stotra, there is a shloka where Kulshekar Alvar tells that you can simply worship Krishna in your mind. नातेन पुरुषोत्तमेसि जगता एकादिपे चेतसा सेव्ये स्वस्य पदस्य धातरि परे नारायणे तिष्ठति. So there, chetasi, natena purushottame trijagatam ekadipe chetasa. Chetasa means in your mind. In your mind you can worship Krishna. Sevya. Chetasa sevya. Sevye swasya padasya dhatari pare narayane tishtati. So you can do seva to the Lord in your mind. Now this process of hearing Krishna Katha is also a seva. Shravanam, the process of Shravanam is also a seva. This is one of the sevas in the 9 devotional services. In the Navavidha Bhakti, the first one is Shravana. It starts with Shravana. The entire Bhakti Yoga starts with Shravana. So, Manasa Mahotsavam, it's a festival for the mind. That's why whenever there is a distress in life, whenever there is a difficult situation, you are feeling sad, you are feeling morose, you are feeling frustrated, you are feeling dissatisfied, then you think about some Leela of Krishna, you think about some shloka, you think about some stuti, or you open Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and read something that will give you satisfaction. So you can test it practically. In a difficult situation, you can try it out. Try it out. You will definitely find solace in Krishna Katha. It is like embracing. See, when you feel distress, what is the one thing that you want to do? You want to embrace somebody. You want to hug somebody, so that it gives some relief. So the best embrace that you can get is from Krishna. So when you become absorbed in Krishna Katha, you can directly embrace Krishna. So Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam Tadeva. Next one is Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Runam. So that is the point I was telling, right? Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Runam. Runam means of the people, of the human beings. Shoka Arnava, the ocean of misery. Shoka is misery, Arnava is ocean. The Shokarnava of people, the Shokarnava of Nrunam. Shoshanam means it will dry up. Krishna Katha will dry up the ocean of miseries. Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Nrunam. Yaduttama Shloka Yashonugiyate. When will all these benefits happen? The previous 3 lines talk about so many benefits. So when will we get those benefits? When we do the ganam of the yashas of Krishna. Krishna has a name, Uttama Shloka. One of the unlimited number of names of Krishna, he has a name, Uttama Shloka. When we sing the glories of Uttama Shloka Yashonu Giyate, Yashas means his glories, name and fame, his leelas, his history, his birth, his activities. Anugiyate means singing repeatedly, again and again, over and over again. Yasho Anugiyate. Yaduttama Shloka Yashonugiyate. So whenever we sing the glories of that Uttama Shloka, Krishna, then we celebrate a festival in our mind. and it dries up our material miseries. And this process is so attractive, it is so tasty, it is always fresh. So this is the beauty of Bhagavatam and Krishna Katha. So let's recite this shloka. I will recite 2 lines and you repeat after that. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam Tadeva shashvan manaso mahotsavam
तदेव रम्यं रुचिरं
रुचिरं
नवं
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 तदेव
तदेव
Tadeva
शास्त्रं
शास्त्रं मनसो
Shastram
मनसो
महोत्सवम्
Manasomahosam.
Tadeva shokarnavashoshanam nrunam Yaduttama shloka yashonugiyate
तदेव
Tadeva
नवशोषणं
Shokarnavasoshanam.
नृणं
यदुत्तमश्लोका यशो
यदुत्तमश्लोकयशोनुगीयते
नुगीयते.
So let's read the translation so that the whole thing becomes clear to us. Srividya, can you read the translation?
Yeah. Those words describing the glories of the all-famous personality of Godhead are attractive, relishable, and ever fresh. Indeed, such words are perpetual festival for the mind, and they dry up the ocean of misery.
Okay. So did everyone understand this shloka? And the glories of Bhagavatam and Krishna Katha? Did everyone understand this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's see more glories. So the shloka that we just discussed, it is from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Dvadasha Skanda, Dvadasha Adhyaya, and the shloka number is 50, 12.12.50, the last canto, 12th chapter. Next. So let us see from different devotees, from different stutis, how they are glorifying Krishna Katha. Now this is a glorification of Krishna Katha from Kunti Stuti. What is Kunti Maharani saying? Shrinvanti gayanti grunantyabhikšnashah smaranti nandanti tavehitam janaah tayeva pashyantachirena tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. Okay, Chandrakala, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhuji. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death.
Yeah. Okay. So those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so certainly see your lotus feet. See, in the previous shloka we discussed, right? That through the process of Shravanam you see Krishna. So Kunti Maharani is also saying that. Tayeva pashyanti. Pashyanti means to see. Tayeva pashyant achirena tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. Padambujam means your lotus feet. Pashyanti, to see. We can get darshan of Krishna simply through the process of hearing. In the material world, we only think that we can see anything through the eyes. But in spiritual world, it is not like that. In spiritual world, we can do anything with any of the other limbs. Like Krishna, see when you offer naivedyam to Krishna, right? You cook some food and offer naivedyam to Krishna. How does Krishna eat?
With eyes.
With his eyes. Yeah. So he does not eat with his mouth. If he starts, he can do that. But if he starts eating with his mouth, nobody will offer any naivedyam to him. Because whatever you offer, it will be gone, right? So nobody will offer anything. So that's why Krishna knows, you know, that okay, I should only just accept it through my eyes. So Krishna accepts through eyes, and one acharya, one Sri Vaishnava acharya, this is what he described. You know, when we offer naivedyam to Bhagwan, we say that Krishna has eaten. Krishna eats that, right? So, but we see that the entire food is there in the plate. Even after half an hour, even if you keep the plate in front of Krishna for half an hour, it is there like that only. Everything it is there. If you offer two puris, the two puris are there. If you offer one uh, plate full of pulihora, that is there. And
The
if you
taste,
offer,
the taste get increased, Prabhuji, after
ah,
offering.
yes, the taste gets increased. But how is Krishna eating that then? When the entire quantity, if you measure before and after offering Naivedyam, it'll be same, right? Then how can we say that Krishna has eaten it? If he has eaten it, there should be some less quantity, either 1 gram, 2 grams less quantity. So it is not getting reduced. The quantity is not getting reduced. So this is how one Sri Vaishnava Acharya describes how the Lord eats. He eats through the eyes, uh, but what Krishna does is, I mean, he's a magician. He can do magic. He can do anything that we cannot even imagine. So what he does is he eats, okay, the whole thing that you offer, and then he he produces the same amount, same number of items, same quantity again in the plate. Let's say you offer two puris and some sabji. Krishna eats those two puris and sabji, and then he recreates those two puris which look exactly like the way you made them, and the same sabji, the way exactly you made them, you made that sabji. Yeah, this is how one acharya described. Now, how seriously we should take it?
Yeah, Prabhuji, seriously, I feel very, no, I don't know.
Yeah, you
We
you
think that we just show and take, but if
yeah
that is the case,
yeah. So we have to take it so seriously, and then we have to feel it special. The naivedyam that we offer, and then whatever we receive as remnants, as prasadam, we have to take it very special. We have to consider it very special because it's recreated. It is not the same puri that you made. It is the puri made by Krishna, recreated by Krishna.
that is why it is tasty. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll try to find the reference of this and then share it with everyone. Uh, it's described by one Sri Vaishnava Acharya like this.
Prabhuji, I usually think like women is when we start cooking, right? We actually, when we are coming abroad, so
Mm,
mostly I think others also will do. I take picture and send to my parents. They'll
mm,
be happy. Okay, she's eating like that. I usually
mm.
think like that only. Okay, we are doing the same thing to Lord. We are
Yeah.
showing, okay, we are eating this today like that.
Yeah.
But first time I'm hearing.
Yeah. So,
With discussion, Prabhuji, I also remembered that Brahma Mohan Leela,
mm,
where Krishna expands himself into so many kids, and
yes,
when those same kids go back to their home,
their
their
houses.
parents have extra love for their own child. They were thinking, what has happened? They also don't understand
Yeah.
why they are loving more to the same child whom they were
Yeah.
used to hit every day. So something
Yeah.
like that, only, na Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and there are so many stories in the history, real incidents where the deity has consumed the entire Naivedyam offering, the Bhoga offering, has consumed everything. There was a story of uh, forgot the name.
Oh, Jain Prabhuji, you're talking about Bhairanath?
No, no, no.
I've heard a
Um,
story about Ganapati Prabhuji in Tamil Nadu.
Even
mm,
Ganapati, and yeah, they give offer laddu, he finishes, and Bhairoji, they offer alcohol actually to him, and
mm,
he takes it. Live in front of you, they will feed him and he will eat.
mm. Even now?
Yes, Prabhuji, even now.
Oh, you have seen that?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have
Mm.
seen, and we have also given Naivedyam Prasadam there also.
Okay. Yeah. So there was a story. I forgot the name of the devotee, but there is a story where uh, the father, who is a Brahmin, uh, he's a devotee of Krishna. He offers bhoga to Krishna every day, and one day he had to rush to uh, the village to take care of something. So um, he asked the boy, his son, to offer Naivedyam or Bhoga. And then this boy, he puts the plate in front of the deity, the Gopal's deity, and then he he offers some prayers, some mantras, and asks Krishna to come and eat. But Krishna does not come, right? He does not come personally, right? He eats with his eyes. So even after chanting the mantras, this boy does not see Krishna coming there and eating. Then he thinks, oh, did I not chant the mantras correctly? That's why you're not coming. And then he recites the mantras again. This time he opens the book. He wants to make sure that he's not making any mistake. So he recites the mantras looking in the book. But still, Krishna does not come. And then he talks to the deity. He talks to the deity and says that, oh, you will come only when my dad offers bhoga to you. So you think I'm not a good devotee? So if you don't come and eat, my father will think that I do not know, I do not have any bhakti, and I do not know the process of offering bhoga. I mean, this boy is very young, right? Probably 10 years, 12 years old, very innocent. So this is how he is talking to Krishna, the deity Krishna. And he insisted the deity, just like how you persuade a person. This boy kept on, persuading the deity. And then Krishna thought no other option other than just coming and, eating. So then Krishna comes out of the deity and eats everything in the plate. And then the plate is empty. And the father who went into the village for some work, he finished the work and came back home. And he asked the son, okay, so it is lunch time now. Bring the plate that you offered as bhoga to Krishna. Now let's take that as prasadam. And the boy says, what prasadam? I have already offered to Krishna as bhoga, and Krishna has accepted it. Krishna has eaten it. And then this boy and the father thinks that okay, this boy is tricking me. It looks like he has eaten up everything, and he's telling that Krishna has eaten. So then he just takes it easy and he lets it go. Second day also, and then he wanted to test actually. Second day, the father wanted to test the boy. So he asked the boy again uh, to offer bhoga and see what happens. So the boy takes the plate again, and then the whole scene is repeated. So Krishna comes from the deity and then eats, and then goes back into the deity. And then it was lunchtime again the second day. The father asked the son to bring the plate for eating lunch. And the boy says, no, Krishna has eaten everything. So like this, few days pass like that. And then one day, the father was very curious. Every day this boy is telling that Krishna has eaten. And I am thinking that this boy has eaten. But how is it possible that he can eat so much? So let me verify this tomorrow. So the next day, the father asked the boy again to offer bhoga to the Lord. The boy puts the plate in front of the deity, and then he talks to the deity and asks the deity to come and eat it. And while all this was going on, the father was hiding behind a curtain and was watching this. And then as soon as Krishna comes uh, from the deity and starts eating, the father, is so astonished to see this scene, and he comes from behind the curtain. And as soon as the father came from behind the curtain, Krishna goes back into the deity. He goes back into the deity. So it was a real incident that happened. There are so many incidents like this.
Different, Prabhuji. I think Raghavendra Swami movie I have seen, Prabhuji. Rajinikanth actor, right? When he was a child, the same story they would have told. Raghavendra Swami.
Yeah, but this story that I told, it happened in Vrindavan. I forgot the devotee name there, but it happened in Vrindavan. Long time ago. Maybe 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, actually. So, like that, uh, Krishna can do different activities with the different limbs of the body. Similarly, we can also do that because we are part and parcel of Krishna. We have the same qualities, same features of Krishna. So we can see through the ears. We can see Krishna. We can get darshan of Krishna through the ears, through the process of Shravanam. So that is what Kunti Maharani is saying here. Shrunvanti gayanti smaran Shrunvanti gayanti grunantya bhikshnashah Smaranti nindanti tavehitam janaha Tayeva pashyantya chirena tavakam Bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. And if you noticed, here is another important thing here, right? Kunti Maharani is saying, those who continuously hear, chant and repeat your leelas. Or if you are not hearing, if you are not singing the glories of the Lord, at least if you feel happy when others are hearing Krishna Katha, when others are singing Krishna Katha, if you feel happy, then also you will get the equal benefit. Shrunvanti by hearing, Gayanti by singing, Grinanti. Grinanti means by implementing the instructions from Bhagavatam, from Bhagavad Gita in our life. Abhikshnashaha. Abhikshnashaha. Abhikshnashaha means when you see others, okay? When you see others engaged in Krishna Katha, Smaranti, remembering. Even if you remember some Leela of Krishna, Nandanti. Nandanti means you take pleasure. When you see others, you take pleasure. When you see others hearing Krishna Katha and you take pleasure, Nandanti, then you get the equal benefit. Tayeva Pashyan Chirena Tavakam Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambujam. Okay, so let's recite this shloka and then we'll go to the next one. Shrinvanti Gayanti Grunantyabhikšnashah Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha.
शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति अभीक्ष्णशः स्मरन्ति नादन्ति तवेहितं जनः
तयेव पश्यन्त्यचिरेण तावकं भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्.
तयेव पाश्यन्ति अचिरेण तावकं भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्.
Okay, next one. Next, the gopis in Vrindavan. This is how they are glorifying Krishna Katha. This is from Rasa Panchadhyay, from 10th canto, Dashama Skanda, 31st chapter, shloka number 9. This is part of Gopi Geetam. So Krishna, during Rasa Leela, when Krishna starts performing Rasa Leela on the banks of Yamuna, as he was dancing with the gopis, every gopi was thinking that Krishna was only with me and not with anyone else. As soon as the gopis got that thought, some kind of selfish thought, then Krishna disappears. He is not in the scene anymore. Then the gopis, out of separation, they sing Gopi Gita. So what do they say? Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Śrīmadatātam Bhuvi Grunati ye Bhurida Jana. Okay, Vishalya, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhuji. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most
Beneficent.
munificent.
Beneficent.
Beneficent.
Yeah. Beneficent means extremely mercy.
Okay.
Extremely mercy. Abhadraya. Abhadradaya. Gajendra says, right? Kim chashishoratyapi deham avyayam karotu medha bradayo vimokshanam. Yeah. Adabradaya. Adabradaya means uh,
Beneficent.
uh, munificent. Yeah. Highly compassionate. More compassionate. Parama karuna. Parama karuna. So, what are the gopis saying here? Tava katamrutam. Tava means your. The Sanskrit word tava means your. Your katha is amrutam. Your katha is amrutam. Tava katamrutam. And what does that amrutam do? Tapta jivanam. Tapta jivanam. It is amrutam for the life, for the suffering souls in the material world. Jivanam means life. Tapta jivanam means the miserable life in the material world, the suffering life in the material world. So the miserable life in the material world, suffering life, it is not actually life. When do you call something as having life? When it is lively, when it is active, when it is joyful, when it is vibrant, radiant. These are the symptoms of life, right? But in the material world, it is completely opposite. You see, everybody is with sad face, everybody is frustrated, they're full of anger, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsarya. All these anarthas are there. So many people actually, if you look at the people who are not practicing bhakti or who don't do any puja at homes, right? So you see their faces are very dull, very uh, very morose. You don't see any life in them. You don't see any life on their faces. There's no kala on their faces. So it is almost like a dead person. It is almost like a dead person. Now, a dead person, how can you bring the dead person back to life? By giving amritam. So, tava katamritam tapta jivanam. Your katha is like amritam to us who are almost like dead people in the material world. So, it can bring back us into life. Kavibiridhitam kalmashapaham. Kalmashapaham. Kali. Kali means the contamination, the anarthas in our heart. Apaham means it will destroy them. Hearing your katha will destroy all the anarthas in the heart. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune. Shravana Mangalam. Gajendra is also saying same thing, right? Atyadbhutam tacharitam sumangalam. Shravana Mangalam. It is very auspicious. Whoever hears them, it's very auspicious. Actually, here is a test. If somebody wants to really do this, You take a glass of water, put it in front of you, and you recite any of these stutis. Gajendra Stuti, Rukmini prayers, Bhishma Stuti, Kunti Stuti, Gopi Geetam, Vishnu Sahasranama. You keep a glass of water in front of you and recite these stutis. And send that water to a laboratory for testing. It's easy, it's not so difficult. Sending water to a laboratory for testing, it's not rocket science. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It is not so difficult task also. You can test it before and after. Ask the people in the laboratory to study the structure of the water. And there will be surprising results. When the water is exposed to these tutis, to these divine words, glorifying Krishna, Bhagavan, there will be surprising results in the structure of the water. That's why people who have diseases, people who are suffering through some problems, which the science or medicine cannot cure, chanting Vishnu Sahasranama or stotrams like Narayana Kavacha, Narsimha Kavacha, these are the remedies. So you have to keep a glass of water in front of you while you are chanting these stutis, and then give that water to the person who has that problem. And when you do this for 45 days, you will see tremendous results. So like this, I told in one of the classes in Bothal, I think. And this last Sunday, when I went to Bothal for the class, after the class, one lady, she talked to me, and then she said, Prabhuji, I have been practicing this. There is some problem that I am dealing with, and I heard you saying this in one of the classes. Chant Vishnu Sahasranama, keeping a glass of water in front of you. I have been doing this since last 45 days, and I see positive results. So I feel very happy hearing about that. So you can also test it by yourself. So that is what gopis are saying here in this shloka. Tava katamritam. No. The point we were saying is mangalam, right? Shravana mangalam. It's auspicious. Shravana mangalam. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhuvi Grunati Bhurida Jana. Okay. So let's recite this shloka. Tava Katha. Let's go one line at a time, okay? Tava Katamritam Tapta Jivanam
तव
तामृतं तप्तजीवनं
Kavibiriditam Kalmashapaham
कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहम्
Shravanamangalam Śrīmadatatam
श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं
Bhuvi Grunati Ye Bhurida Jana.
भुवि गृह्णाति ये भूरिदा जना.
Okay, so this is what gopis are saying. Next. Not this one. Why did this slide come here? I asked my daughter to prepare these slides. Okay, this is not related to Krishna Katha. Okay, so this is a beautiful shloka here. Okay, glorifying Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Puranamamalam Yad Vaishnavānam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsyamekamalam Jnanam Param Gīyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyamaviskritam Tachrunvan Supatan Vicharanaparo Bhaktya Vimuchye Naraha. Okay, Neela, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Can you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is the spotless Purana. It is most dear to Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the processes of transcendental knowledge, renunciation, and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Puranam Amalam. This Puranam, this scripture, Puranam called Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is Amalam. Amalam means no contamination. Now, what kind of contamination they are talking here? It is
Material,
spotless.
material contamination.
Yeah, material contamination. That means it is not like other sections of Vedas where there are some rituals prescribed to get material benefits. So here there are no material benefits here in Bhagavatam. It is higher than material benefit. It is spiritual benefit. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam gives you the highest benefit. The highest benefit. That's why it is spotless Purana, Amala Purana. Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. It is most dear to the Vaishnavas. It is most dear to Vaishnavas. Now Vaishnavas from all Sampradayas, whether it is Sri Vaishnava or ISKCON, Gaudiya Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnavas, or whether it is Vallabh Sampradaya devotees, Nimbarka Sampradaya devotees, whoever it is, everybody reads Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is dear to everybody because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. Bhagavatam is all about Krishna and Krishna's devotees. So there is a saying in Telugu, for all the Telugu people. Are you ready? సో ఒకసారి అడిగారన్నమాట, ఒక ఏదో ఋషిని అడిగారు, భాగవతం చదివితే ఏమొస్తుందని, భాగవతం చెప్పినా భాగవతం విన్నా ఏమొస్తుంది అని. అంటే ఆ ఋషి సింపుల్గా ఆన్సర్ చేయాలనుకున్నాడు. అంటే ఏదో ఎక్కువ ఫిలాసఫీ తోటి ఆన్సర్ చేయకుండా సింపుల్గా ఆన్సర్ చేయాలనుకున్నాడు. ఏమన్నాడంటే, ఏమవుతుంది, భాగవతం భాగవతం అంటా ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది, బాగా అవుతాం, మనం బాగా అవుతాం. సో అర్థమైందా? యా, అంటే మనం బాగవుతాం, బాగుపడతాం అనమాట. మన లైఫ్ బాగుపడుతుంది, మన జీవితం బాగుపడుతుంది. భాగవతం భాగవతం అంటుంటే మన జీవితం బాగుపడుతుంది. Yeah. So this is very dear to everyone. Yat Vaishnavanam Priyam. Yasmin Paramahamsyam Ekam Amalam. This Bhagavatam reveals no, that is for the previous one, right? Yeah. Yasmin Paramahamsyam Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate. This Bhagavatam reveals the highest knowledge, the transcendental knowledge for becoming free from all material work. Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkrutam. Tachrunvan Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchye Naraha. So here some steps are given how to study Bhagavatam. Tachrunvan Supatan Vicharana. 3 steps. Shrunvan means hearing. Supatan. Supatan means scrutinizingly studying. When you hear, let's say you go to some pravachan, there is a big assembly where there are 500 or 1000 people sitting in an assembly, and some speaker is giving some katha. So in that assembly, you just hear Krishna Katha. But supatan means scrutinizingly study. You take notes, you write notes, and then you read line by line by yourself from the book. And then you contemplate on the message given in the book. So this is supatan. Scrutinizingly study, carefully studying, just like how you prepare for the exams. If you study Bhagavatam like that, that is called supatan. Otherwise, it is just hearing, shrunvan. Vicharana. Vicharana means inquiry. You ask questions. After you scrutinizingly study, you ask questions. Either you ask questions to somebody who can answer, or you you ask questions in your mind. So Shukadeva Goswami mentioned so and so point in this section of Krishna Leela. Why did Shukadeva Goswami mention this point? So you put a question in your mind to yourself and you start thinking about it. And then Krishna will reveal the answer.
Really, Prabhuji. Yesterday I felt that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I saw that message from you.
So when you were telling, actually we are Mukundamala students. So I was thinking, first we have to approach Mata, then only Krishna. So Krishna is very hard to approach. How do we approach Krishna? So, but we are doing the correct thing. If that answer is correct, right? Stuti is Radharani. Then we are approaching Bhagavatam through Stuti only.
Yeah, prayers. We are all the stutis are nothing but prayers.
Right.
So through prayers, we are calling out to Krishna.
Correct.
So the prayers are, as you said, right? First, when I read your message, I did not understand. Then I was doing this vicharana.
Actually, for my question, whether the answer is correct or not, but for my question, actually, I wanted to ask that only. Through Mata only we have to approach. So which book I have to study before Bhagavatam? So you told the same book, like both Radha and Krishna. So suddenly I was not even thinking about that, Prabhuji. I was doing some other work. Then it came to my mind, okay, Stuti is Radharani Swarupam. So
correct. Yeah. So that's why the name for all these prayers, Stuti, it's a female. The word Stuti is female. Stuti, Stotram is a female version. It's Radharani. Okay. So it's 10:07. I think we pause here. There are more glories of Bhagavatam. Okay, one last benefit or one last glory of Bhagavatam. The other day we were talking about Falashruti, right? Shyamala, you asked a question about that. Whenever we are reading any stotram like Vishnu Sahasranama stotram, do we have to read and understand the Falashruti? You asked something, right? And whenever you read any stotram, there is a Falashruti given. What is the benefit if you read that stotram? Similarly, in Padma Purana, in the Bhagavata Mahatmya section, there is a shloka. It is also there in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 1.2.17. The Falashruti for Bhagavatam. What is the benefit you will get by reading Bhagavatam? Shlokardam shloka padam va nityam bhagavato bhavam pade shunyat yastu go sahasra phalam labet. Okay, if half of a shloka, of a line, or the translation is not printed correctly here. Okay, so basically something is messed up in the translation. So shlokardam means half of the shloka. One shloka means there are 4 padams. Okay, 4 padams. Each line is a padam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each line is a padam. Shlokardam, shloka padam va. Either half of the shloka, or if not half of the shloka means 2 lines. If not 2 lines, at least 1 line, shloka padam. At least 1 line of the shloka. If you read it, then what happens? Go sahasra phalam labet. You will get the benefit of giving 1,000 cows in charity. The benefit of giving 1,000 cows in charity, you will get simply by reading 1 line of Bhagavatam. Now imagine how powerful it is, how powerful Bhagavatam is. So every day we are reciting these stutis. Today Vishalya recited Gajendra Stuti. Yesterday Chandrakala recited. So like that, every day we are reciting. And how many times we recited so far? Now you do the math. If we recite 1 line, 1 padam of the shloka, it is equivalent to giving 1,000 cows in charity. Gajendra Stuti, there are 28 shlokas. 28, that means 28 lines. 28 multiplied by 4. That many number of lines. So what is 28 times 4? Let's do the math. That's 112. Multiplied by 1,000. 112,000. 112,000 cows we are donating every day. How beautiful that is. How beautiful that is. How beautiful. So we should feel very happy about it. Every day we are all getting together, spending 1.5 hours, sacrificing so many things, sacrificing family, sacrificing kids, sacrificing husbands, wives, So sacrificing everything, we are spending 1.5 hours of precious time here because there is a benefit, because there is a tremendous benefit. That's why we are spending so much of time here. Otherwise, how can we do this every day, Monday to Friday, every day? It's not a joke. So for that, thank you everyone for joining every day like this. Thank you for your dedication and commitment. Okay, with that, we'll pause here. Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Shri Gajendra Stuti ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste.
Bhagavan Namaste.
Narayana Guru Bhagavan Namaste.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.